Good morning, buenos dias from Peru. It is day 3 here on EF Ultimate Breaks Peru and Machu Picchu adventure, and it is 3:45 in the morning. We are up super early today for an optional excursion to Huacachina. We are going to be leaving here, the hotel, at 4 a.m. and probably not getting back till 10 a.m. I paid $80 to do this, so I can't even be that mad. It should be a very fun day. I'm really hoping it's worth this early wake-up call. We are just I'm like almost ready for a full day of adventure. We are just gonna go downstairs, grab some breakfast boxes, get on the bus. We have a 3-hour drive. Supposed to get there at 8 a.m. for a boat ride. I can't say much more than this. It is way too early for that, so I will check in later. But just know it's an early start today if you decide to do the optional excursion.
Si ahí vino.
Si ahí vino.
Y no tomo vino.
Entonces,
¿a qué mierda vino?
¿a qué mierda vino?
¡Salud! ¡Cheers!
Good afternoon. We are halfway through our excursion today. We went on our boat ride this morning, which was super cool. That alone was honestly worth waking up early for. We went on a little speedboat that held like 40 people, which was perfect for our group and a few strangers, to head to the Ballestas Islands, where we saw sea lions, penguins, a bunch of birds, starfish, crabs, so many things. Like I said, that alone was so cool, even though the boat ride to get to the islands was super long, but so cool. And then we had a little bit of free time just to get some like coffee and stuff to finally wake us up. We were down there at like 10:30, and then we had like an hour drive here, which you could see behind me. We had lunch here. We did like a little wine tasting, pisco tasting, and we got lunch. I got chafa de mariscos, which was like another seafood rice kind of thing. Super good. I actually burnt my tongue, so I'm not like super happy. I'm not super happy, but and it like didn't have too much flavor, but still super good. I love the seafood here on the coast, really good. And then we had like an hour-ish, a little less, of free time to like go at the pool or whatever. A lot of people went in because they thought we had 2 hours. A little translation issue, I think. Turns out we only had one. So people are like scrambling to get dressed because we have to be back on the bus in like a few minutes. So that was a little bit of a mess. But now we are heading to Ica and the sand dunes. We are going to do some ATV like buggy kind of things. More buggy than ATV. And we are sandboarding. So that should be fun. But I'm loving this excursion so far. Super long day. It's going to be like a 4-hour drive back to Lima with like traffic. But I think it's been worth it so far. So I'll check in again a little later after the dunes. We just wrapped up our sand adventure here. You could probably see I'm like covered in sand. I just wiped or washed my face in the sink and it got it's as good as it's gonna get until we get to the hotel. But that was so fun. You could see like one of the sand dunes behind me and the whole Oasis. It's like beautiful here. Super hot, but there's some shade thankfully. But so we drove like 20 minutes here from lunch and then we hopped on these dune buggies. We rode. It's like 10 people per buggy. You're not driving obviously, but the drivers are really fun. They're like going up and down and like weaving through the dunes. Super cool. So we were on there for I don't know how long, but it was a good amount of time. And then we stopped to do some sandboarding. Most of us went down. You go on your bellies for like safety, like face first, which sounded scary initially and it looks way more scary than it is, but I'm so glad that I did it. I had to like really talk myself into it, but super cool. So glad I did that. And then we just took the dune buggies back down here to the Oasis where we started. It's super hot in the desert, obviously. Didn't need to tell you that, but make sure you bring sunscreen. I think you could see how red my face is. You're gonna get sand all over. There's no way to avoid that. So keep those things in mind. But super fun. Definitely recommend sandboarding. You go down 2 like little hills. I think I said it looks scarier than it is. Once you're on there, you're like, oh, this is actually fun. It doesn't go as fast as it looks. So if you're here, do it. Don't chicken out. I'm so glad I did it. But yeah, that was our excursion. It was so fun. Honestly, worth the full day. I'm glad I did it. I might be tired tomorrow because we are flying to a new part of Peru pretty early, but well worth the $80 that I spent to be here today and well worth all the hours in the bus. It's like 3:30 now. now we have, I think, like 4 to 5 hour drive back to Lima. I don't think we're doing anything after this. If we did, or if we do, I'll show you, but I don't think so. I think we're just getting back on the bus and heading to the hotel, thankfully, where we can shower, pack up, and get ready for our next adventure. Today was so fun, but I am so excited to see a new part of Peru tomorrow. You'll have to come back next week for that, next Thursday. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. We are flying to the Sacred Valley, and if you know anything about Peru, you know that that is where Machu Picchu is. I'm so excited. You won't see Machu Picchu for 2 more videos, but it's coming. I'm very excited. Hopefully the altitude doesn't get me, but if you missed last week's video, go back and watch that. That covered Lima. So fun, beautiful city, great food. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Make sure you hit that like button, and I will see you next week for more Peru.